Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Saturday, another dreary Saturday in South Wales. It's currently 11:15 on this Saturday morning. Yeah, raining again, overcast as well here in dystopian, pretty much under house arrest now in South Wales. But I welcome you all to another feast of football on this Saturday. As usual, we're going to be predicting 6 fixtures that take place on Saturday, the 20th of February, of course we are. Yeah, if anybody's out there in the chat, can you say that we are live and you're getting me loud and clear? I think I'm going to have to just check on this before I proceed, just to make sure that we are. But if anybody is out there in YouTube land, can you give me a bit of a thumbs up? But we got, yeah, anyway, I think we've got some people now live watching, so I'll crack on and continue with my predictions. So we got 6 fixtures to win £250,000. Of course, we've got Burnley coming up against West Bromwich Albion in the Premier League. We've got Norwich against Rotherham. We've got Reading against Middlesbrough, QPR against Bournemouth. We've got Nottingham Forest against Blackburn, and we have got Huddersfield against the Jacks of Swansea City. And we are live. Tapamax Quack, where in the world are you from, my friend? Welcome in. And Ian Lovesey, the man, the mince, I should say. The man, the myth, the legend, which is Ian Lovesey. Number 12. Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Good morning to you as well. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Presume you're in a car park somewhere in Swansea. Is it Lidl's? Is it Freshco's? Is it Morrison's? Is it Asda's? Who knows? I'm going for Sainsbury's this weekend. Yeah, but let's crack on. Let's jump straight into it with the first of these matches, which is Burnley against West Bromwich Albion. Now, let's have a look at where these two teams currently lie in the division in the Premier League. If my broadband seems to work. Hello, Ferry77, all the way from the Czech Republic. Hope you are doing well, my friend, too. Slavia Prague, of course, as well. But, yeah, we have got this match. So, we have got Burnley currently in 15th position, haven't lost in their last 6 matches as well. We have got, last time out, it was a draw at home against Fulham, which ended 1-1. Prior to that, they beat Crystal Palace on the road 3-0. Prior to that, it was a draw 1-1. Prior to that, they did have suffered 2 defeats against Manchester City and Chelsea, respectively. And prior to that, they gained a very good 3-2 home win against Aston Villa. Now, West Brom currently find themselves 19th in the table, losing 4 of their last 6 matches. Last time, a very good home draw against Manchester United, the Red Devils. Prior to that, it was back-to-back away defeats against Tottenham and Sheffield United. Prior to that, they gained a 2-2 home draw against Fulham. And prior to that, they suffered defeat at the hands at home against Manchester City 5-0. And prior to that, it was an away defeat against West Ham, the Hammers 2-1. So West Brom, under the stewardship of Sam Allardyce, he hasn't really been able to work his magic so far this season. And if they lose today, then they are on the brink of that relegation. They are 9 points away from safety. In 17th position, Newcastle United occupy that the final safety spot in the division. So what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking this Burnley West Brom match is going to, what is the outcome? Let's have a look at the statistics and what Sky viewers are thinking as the internet trundles along. But Rizwan Avido, well, hi, I'm back. You are indeed Rizwan, and you are in the Premier League predictions round as well for the week. Ferris77 has gone for a 1-0 home win to Burnley over West Brom. Ian has gone for a 2-1 victory to Burnley as well. Did you see Slavia on Thursday? They played better than Foxes. They did. I think, wasn't it a draw in the end, Ferris77? I believe it was. a draw in the end. So no stats available from for this. There they are. It's finally kicked into life. So 76% of people are going for a Burnley win. 17% are going for the draw, and 7% are going for a West Brom victory in this one. Burnley, as we said, doing ever so well recently, hauling themselves away from that relegation zone. Currently on 27 points. They are, 8 points ahead of Fulham, who currently occupy that 18th position. So another couple of victories should see them safe for the for Premier League status for next year. They've only won 7 of their 24 matches, lost 2 of their last 6. But I think they've got enough to beat this West Brom side, who did indeed who did hold Manchester United to a draw last weekend. So I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm probably going to agree with Ferris on this one. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Burnley in this fixture. Now, Rizwan has actually gone for a 1-1 draw. He seems to think the boys from the Hawthorns are going to come away with an away draw in this one. I disagree. I think Burnley are going to win this one 1-0. Next up, we go to the Championship, and we have Norwich, high flyer Norwich, coming up against Rotherham. Now, Norwich haven't been in the best of forms of late. I believe, as I get the Championship League table on the screen. There we are. They've won 3 of their last 6 fixtures. I apologise. Last time that they did beat Coventry away from home 2-0. Prior to that, it was a 4-1 victory against Stoke. They did come a cropper against the Jacks of Swansea City away from home 2-0. And prior to that, it was 2 draws, 0-0 against Millwall away and Middlesbrough at home. They drew 0-0. And prior to that, they did gain a good victory against Bristol City. Rotherham have been in fairly good form themselves, although they do find themselves in 21st position, just above the relegation zone. So last time out, they lost against Bournemouth 1-0. Prior to that, it was a 2-1 reverse against Cardiff City at home. Prior to that, they gained good wins away against Preston and at home against Derby County, which was very good, a very good 3-0 win against Derby. Prior to that, they lost at home against Swansea, and prior to that, they beat Middlesbrough in a fantastic victory away at the Stadium of Light. So Norwich, surely we're looking at a victory against Rotherham here. Do Rotherham score? Well, they didn't in the last match, but prior to that, they had scored in their last 6 matches. So maybe they'll be able to get a goal against Norwich in this one. Norwich, let's have a look. Good going. Is it Boyana plays for Norwich? Very good, and Cantwell, very good players at this level. Let's have a look. They scored 2 in the last match. Prior to that, they scored 4 goals. Prior to that, didn't score in 3 matches. So it looks like they've only actually, they conceded 3 goals in their last 6 matches, 2 of those being in that defeat against Swansea, who are currently in 4th position, although Swansea do have 2 and 3 games in hand against teams above them in the league. So I think we are going to see a victory to Norwich in this one. It's just about how many and will they concede. So what are the guys saying in the chat? First is saying ended in a 0-0, but Slavia played very well. And a young centre-back, David Zimmer, showed Vardy in his pocket. He did indeed, Ferris. Very good. Is Pukki still playing? I believe he is. I know he was injured a little while ago, Rizwan, but yeah, Pukki is he does lead the line there for the Canaries. Ian's gone for a 3-1 victory to Norwich in this one. Ferris 77's gone for a 2-0 victory to Norwich, and Rizwan has gone for a 4-1 victory to Norwich. Mark, welcome in, my friend. On this dreary day in South Wales. A little bit of different surroundings this morning. It's been a little bit chaotic all day yesterday and this morning, so I'm just getting in this video or this live stream really quickly. Probably going to be a cut down live stream this morning, but welcome in as well. So Mark's gone for a 1-1 draw with for Burnley, and he's also gone for a 3-1 victory to Norwich City. Yeah, I agree. I think Norwich will win this one. Just depends how much. Is it going to be 2-1 or is it going to be 3? But in fact, I'm going to go along with 2 of the guys in the chat, Ian and Mark. I'm going for a 3-1 victory to Norwich as well. Next up, we got Reading, also in the playoff zone in the Championship, coming up against Middlesbrough, just outside, of course. So we have Reading currently in 5th position, winning 2 of their last 6 matches, suffering defeat twice at home in those last 6 fixtures against Millwall and Brentford respectively. Last time out, 4 days ago, in fact, they beat beat Bristol on the road in down in Bristol 2-0. They've also gained a 0-0 draw against Stoke City and Preston, sandwiched in between that fine 3-1 victory over Bournemouth. So Reading sort of a little bit topsy-turvy in their form, winning, drawing, losing as well. So difficult one to predict, this one, because Middlesbrough, as we know, a very hard nut to crack, although they have suffered defeat 4 times in their last 6 fixtures, although last time out they did gain a very good victory against Huddersfield at home. Reading at home in this one, although we know that they've come a cropper. Wow, Wizran donated £20 through Super Chat. Rizwan, I am so grateful for you. That is fantastic. There's no need for any donations, but thank you all the same, Rizwan. I appreciate that so much, and hopefully in the Premier League predictions you will get you'll be able to become a viewer's representative for that. But thank you, Rizwan Azevedo, my friend. Tell me where you're from. Let's get going in the chat, but thank you all the same for that kind donation. Anyway, back to the predictions. Ian is going for a 2-1 victory to Middlesbrough. Farah77 has gone for a 2-1 victory to Reading. Interesting. Where do we see this one going? Mark Chapman's gone for a ball draw of 0-0. It is at home. See, Reading's form at home isn't the greatest. Are you from India as well? Thank you very much. How are you doing over there with the demonetized virus? I know in different parts of India it's been rife, but thankfully over there your freedoms haven't been curtailed like they have been in Wales and the UK, where we're currently in lockdown for another depressing 3 weeks. But hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some joy with these predictions and my videos, and Nathan as well in his live stream. But yeah, one day I am going to come to India. We've said it'll probably be on a cruise in the Indian Ocean, but one day I'll be over there. Not sure, it might be next year, probably in the next 10 years. Anyway, back to the football. It's back to the football. Where were we? Middlesbrough, of course, coming up against Reading. Let's have a quick look at what the rest of the Sky viewership are saying. I didn't actually say that. Look at that. For that Norwich match, 96% of people are going for a Norwich victory. In this one, though, we got 64% of people are going for a Reading win, 20% are going for a draw, and 15% are going for a Middlesbrough win. Now, I can't see Middlesbrough winning this one. They will be very, very difficult to beat, but I do think Reading are just going to sneak this one. Middlesbrough don't tend to concede that many goals, do they? So I'm going to go for a 1-0 home victory to Reading in this fixture. Next up, the 4th fixture. Again at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, we've got QPR against Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth occupy the, I think it's the 6th, yeah, there they are, 6th position in the playoff picture. After suffering defeat 3 times on the trot, they sort of turned it around by beating Birmingham 3-2 at home, Rotherham 1-0 at home, and getting a 0-0 draw against Nottingham Forest as well. So, what are we thinking, guys? QPR currently in 16th position. Ooh, very good form. They beat Brentford, a very good victory against Brentford in midweek, 2-1. Prior to that, another very good victory against Blackburn, 1-0. Prior to that, an excellent win on the road against high-flying Watford, who are currently in 3rd position. I think they're in 3rd position, aren't they, Watford? Yeah, currently in 3rd position. So Queen's Park Rangers in excellent form. They did suffer defeat at home against Derby, but prior to that, Derby lost. They beat Cardiff 1-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium, and they also beat Luton Town at Loftus Road sorry, Loftus Road, at Luton 2-0 as well. So very good form from the R's, the Hoops, just excellent. Yeah, excellent form. So what are the Super Six saying? Let's have a look. We have got 20%, 21% are going for a QPR win, 24% are going for the draw, and 55% are going for a win to Bournemouth. Now, this is difficult. Now, we know that Bournemouth are high flying. They've sort of turned around their fortunes, but QPR are in excellent form themselves, beating teams the likes of Brentford, which I've already said. Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. So, Ferris said, woo, Rizwan. Rizwan, also good. Rizwan, just keep me in the list of the next week's viewers represented. I will this week. I can't remember who it was now, but it's in a community post anyway. But yeah, maybe you'll get in there. How is my fellow United fan Nathan? Mark, it's 1 minute past 11. He's in bed on his phone, checking his social media. He needs to get up, have his breakfast. We need to have some lunch because I know he's going to be live streaming this afternoon. But currently, after we had because we've gone back into lockdown, well, continuing in lockdown in Wales, we had a little bit of Prosecco last night. We also had, I think he had a Stella, and we had a couple of shots as well to round off the evening before retiring. But he's kind of nursing. No, he's not really nursing a hangover. He seems to be taking his drink at the moment. So, but he is in bed, but he's doing well. And I think he's also predicted Manchester United to beat Newcastle this afternoon as well. But anyway, back to this QPR Bournemouth match. Ian has gone for a 1-0 victory to QPR. Ferris77 has gone for a 1-1 draw. Mark has gone for a 1-1 draw as well. And the legend that is Rizwan Azevedo has gone for a Bournemouth 2-0 victory. Ryan Sheridan, welcome in, my friend Ryan. How are you doing this morning? Palace to lose 2-0 and 3-0. Interesting, lad. What are your thoughts on the QPR versus Bournemouth fixture? Do you think QPR can continue their good form, or do you think Bournemouth can continue their good form? But difficult one to predict. Bournemouth on the road are going to keep it tight. QPR good form. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Next up, we've got Nottingham Forest against Blackburn. Now, Nottingham Forest currently find themselves in 18th position in the table. They also lost recently to Swansea in the FA Cup, didn't they, I think? They lost to Swansea as well, 1-0 in the league last time out. A draw at home against Bournemouth. They beat Wickham on the road 3-0, and also they beat Coventry, the Blues there 2-1 on the road as well. They suffered a draw at home 0-0 against Barnsley on the 30th of January, and prior to that they suffered a home defeat against Middlesbrough. Blackburn, on the other hand, currently find themselves in 12th position. Look at that, 3 defeats on the trot for Blackburn, where they've had a pretty decent start to the season, but sort of tailing off now. They were knocking on the door of the playoffs, but they've suffered defeats away against Barnsley, at home against Preston, and away against QPR as well. Prior to that, they beat Luton at home 1-0, beat Middlesbrough on the road as well 1-0, and they also gained a 1-1 draw against against Stoke City, rather, but Stoke's form as well. They've been dropping off recently, although they did win last week. But what are we thinking, guys? This is a tough one to predict. Let's have a look what the Sky community is saying. Yeah, 36% are saying a Nottingham Forest win. 43%, I think that's 43% are going for a draw. And Blackburn Rovers, they've got 21%. I just want to have a look at this Nottingham Forest form. Let's dig a little bit deeper into their form for the whole of the season, this Forest. Look at that. Look at all those defeats there. But they've only suffered 2 defeats since the 15th of December. They did lose narrowly against Swansea last time out. Now, we know Swansea are in magnificent form. And prior to that, they did draw against Bournemouth, who are in the playoff zone. But they are beating teams sort of in mid-table or towards the bottom of the table. A good victory away against Preston recently. Beat Sheffield Wednesday. They're only beating teams that are around them. So to me, this is pointing towards a draw. But let's have a look what you guys are saying. Let's get back to it. Yeah, for this Nottingham Forest. So Royal General Forest will win 1-0. Interesting, bold there. Mark Chapman has gone for a 2-1 victory to Forest. Ian's gone for a 1-0 victory to Forest as well. And Ferris has gone for a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I am torn now between a draw and a home win. Guys, can you give me a little bit more feedback why you think Nottingham Forest will win? Is it because of Bournemouth's... is it because of Blackburn's terrible form at the moment? Let's have a look at Blackburn's recent away form, shall we? Blackburn, let's have a look. Okay, they lost against Barnsley, and Barnsley playing well, very well themselves. And QPR away, and QPR, we know that QPR, so Preston, not the best of form, coming up against Cardiff this afternoon. Difficult one, this one. I think this one's got a draw written all over it. Will there be many goals of Bournemouth? See that they've had one, Nottingham Forest. So they've had a 1-0 draw. Let's have a look at Blackburn. Has there been many goals? Yes, just by the odd goal, isn't it, guys? I'm going to have to go with a draw in this one. I can't see Blackburn winning. They'll probably win now. But I'm going to go for another draw in this one. And I'm going to go 1-1. And last up, we got Huddersfield coming up against the Jacks of Swansea City. Swansea, of course, it pains me to say, are in fantastic form. Okay, I think their game last week was called off, I believe. They've won 5 of their last 6. Oh, yeah. Mark Chapman, crease shout, is coming in. Interesting, Mark. He is in, isn't he, Chris Houghton? I'll stick with a draw, but thanks for pointing me out that Houghton is in the hot seat there at Nottingham Forest. But yeah, this Swansea match away against Huddersfield. Swansea beating Nottingham Forest 1-0. At home. Norwich at home 1-0. They beat Rotherham, who were in pretty decent form at the time, 3-1. Prior to that, they drew at home against Brentford. Prior to that, they beat Barnsley away, and prior to that, they had a very good win against Watford. So Swansea City, you have to say, irresistible form at the moment. They have only lost 4 matches this season and conceded just 15 goals. That is the best record of any team in the division. Look at Norwich have conceded 24 goals and Watford have conceded 21. So conceding 15 goals out of these 24 teams, that is the best record in the division. And also only suffering 4 defeats, whereas the likes of Norwich and Brentford, who are above them in the table, albeit they do have 2 games in hand. Yeah, very good form from Swansea at the moment. So they're coming up against Huddersfield, who currently are in a terrible run of form themselves, in 19th position. They've lost their last 2 matches, 2-1 away against Middlesbrough and a 3-2 loss at home against Wycombe. Prior to that, Huddersfield gained draws against Luton and Stoke City 1-1 in both of those games. And prior to that, they lost away against Bristol City, and Bristol City are in terrible form themselves. And prior to that, it was a 1-0 home defeat against Millwall. So it's all looking towards a Swansea victory in this one, isn't it, guys? So let's have a look at the stats. So what people are saying. So 6% are going for a Huddersfield win. They think it's going to be a bit of a shock. 8% are going for a draw, and 87% of people are going for a Swansea victory. I think it's just the Norwich match where more people there are more people who are more confident that Norwich will gain victory. But yeah, that is a high figure. 87% of people are going to go for a Swansea victory. Yeah, I agree. I think Swansea will win this match. It's just the scoreline. And especially if we're going to win this £250,000, we need to get this score exactly correct. So what are you guys saying in the chat? Rizwan, my friend, is going for a 4-3 victory to Huddersfield. Wow, bold. Ian's gone for a 3-1 victory to Swansea. Mark has gone for a 1-1 draw. Rizwan. Ferris has gone for a 2-0 away victory to Swansea. Ryan's gone for 2-0 victory to Swansea. Rizwan's gone for, he's gone 4-3 to Swansea. Rizwan, yeah, change your mind. Yeah, Swansea looking very good at the moment, pains me to say, being a fan of their rivals in Cardiff City. And Mark Chapman, no, Swansea City 2-0. Changed your mind, Mark. Yeah, especially, you've got to say that Swansea are in good form. Their defence has been absolutely superb there. Is it Ben Cabango at the back? Yeah, very good defensively. So it's just, let's have a look at Swansea and their goal scoring in the last 6 games, because I'm going to go for a Swansea win. Okay, they've won 1-0 and 2-0 in the last 2 games. Prior to that, they conceded in the victory against Rotherham away and Brentford. It was a draw at home. Prior to that, it was a clean sheet against Barnsley, and they did suffer a goal in the back of their net against that win against Watford. But they're coming up against Huddersfield. Let's have a look at Huddersfield's form. They scored in their last 1, 2, 3, 4. Huddersfield have actually scored in their last 5 matches in the league. So it's either going to be 2-0 to Swansea or 3-1 or something along that ilk. Who they conceded to? Middlesbrough, Wickham, Luton, Stoke. No, I think Swansea's defence is going to be too good for this Huddersfield. It's just whether Swansea are going to win by 1 goal or 2. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Swansea. I'm going to agree with you there, Mark and Ryan. But Ian, as a Swansea fan, you think they'll concede. Ferris, some check matches predicted. I'd love to, Ferris, but it's a really busy morning. As you can see, I'm in different surroundings. Just had to nip on the computer quickly to get this live stream out today. So unfortunately not today, but it is the golden goal prediction. What are we thinking? I've been going 5 minutes for the last few weeks. Do we think it's going to be any quicker? Do we think it's going to be any longer? What are we saying the golden goal prediction is going to be? For me, I'm going to take it down 1 notch. I'm going to go for 4 minutes for the golden goal. And I am going to take on Jeff Stelling as well. Ferris, some check match today. Ryan, goodbye. Hope you have a great day on this Saturday. Enjoy the football over the weekend. So, yeah, 4th goal, golden goal. Any more takers there, guys, on when the golden goal will go in this morning? I'm thinking the 4th minute. I'm going to submit my entry. And there we are. If I was to put a lovely £10 note on this, then I would get returns of £1,672.85. If a £5 note was going on there, this would be £836.42. And finally, if I was to put £2 on, it would come up as £334.57. Mark has gone for the 6 minutes, 2 minutes later than me. Thank you for that, Mark. But I'm just going to run through my entries again. So I've gone for a Burnley 1-0 victory against West Brom, a 3-1 victory to Norwich over Rotherham, a 1-0 victory for Reading over Middlesbrough, a 1-1 draw between Queen's Park Rangers and Bournemouth, a 1-1 draw also between Nottingham Forest and Blackburn, and a 2-0 away victory for Swansea City over Huddersfield. Okay, have a nice weekend and good luck, Bluebirds, against Preston. Yes, I will be there this afternoon, probably in Nathan's chat. He will be live streaming the Cardiff City home match against Preston North End in the Championship, which kicks off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. He'll be live streaming from around about 10 to or 5 to 3 this afternoon. So hopefully I'll catch you in that. But thank you once again for joining me this morning. It's a little bit cut down show today, as I've got a lot to be getting on with for the rest of this morning. Thank you to everyone. Ian, Ferris, Mark, Ryan, of course. 10-step, can I see there being a very early goal in that game? In that Swansea match? Probably. 10-step, welcome in, my friend. Hope you were doing well. I've gone for the 4th minute. You're all legends. Rizwan Azevedo, a legend of Saturday. Thank you for that kind donation. But for now, I'm going to have to bid you all farewell. Enjoy the football over the weekend. Hope your predictions come true. But for now, toodaloo, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next video and live stream. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.